facilitation and participation are very, very strongly linked. Facilitation is vital for participation, but it's good facilitation. It's facilitation which is sensitive to the realities and which is based on not dominating, but listening. An important dimension of this is the concept of uppers and lowers. And this is quite an interesting subject to brainstorm about, because we're uppers in some contexts and we're lowers in others. The uppers and lowers occur all over the place. I mean, there are parent, child, teacher, student, doctor, patient, everywhere where there's a power relationship. And wherever there's a power relationship, the lower is liable to be inhibited and shy. And the upper can be unconscious. I mean, I'm a white male, educated, I suppose. And so I'm liable to find myself in upper positions. So I have to be particularly careful if I'm trying to empower and facilitate other people. So there's a certain inertia in the system. The inertia is the bias towards males rather than females, males over females, which may be there among the participants. In fact, are very likely to be there among participants. And those who are less powerful, which is particularly where the equity comes in. And this means that before starting the participatory process, we have to ask ourselves the whose questions. And the whose questions are, who is taking part? Who is not here? How do they feel about this occasion? How free do they feel to express themselves? How can I, as a facilitator, enable them, empower them to express themselves freely? And this requires reflection before starting any process of participation, and identifying who's involved and what their reality is like. The attitudes and behavior of the facilitator are really fundamental. It's very important to have empathy and understanding for those people who are lowers. That's to say, particularly women, girls, who may not even be present. So asking who's not here is a vital question beforehand, and seeing whether they can be convened into whatever space it is where the participation and the empowerment can take place. And the empathy is linked with not behaving in certain ways, not dominating, not lecturing, not imposing one's own reality, but asking and listening and listening and listening. And again, that word listen comes out when we have brainstormings about what makes for good facilitation. That's really what it all comes down to. It comes back to us as the conveners and facilitators. What sort of people are we? Are we good at listening? Do people feel comfortable with us? Do we hold our breath sometimes and not talk when we want to talk, and allow what is sometimes called painful silence, because not talking is can be quite a difficult thing not to do. But being quiet for, say, 10 seconds doesn't sound very long, but it is quite a long time when you're holding yourself back and keeping quiet. That can be an important part of empowerment, so that people have time to think, time to pluck up courage, and then to speak. One of the keys is thinking of those people with whom you're interacting as people who are going to take over from you, who are going to do their own convening and facilitating. And that changes one's own view of what we're actually doing, because you're trying to work yourself out of a job, as it were, and hand over and empower others to take over. And that can work backwards into the way in which you yourself convene, the way in which you facilitate people, the way in which you break into groups and have groups talk on their own. Because in groups, people who are lowers, if they're in a group of lowers, then they are empowered. They have power with. There are, you probably know, sometimes regarded as 4 types of power. There's power over, power to, which is agency, being able to do what you choose to do, power with, which is collective power, and power within, which is self-confidence. And all 4 are important. But there's a 5th power, which is often not recognized, and that is power to empower. So the success of good facilitation in this context is not being needed anymore, because you've started a process or a group process or a set of insights which has got its own momentum and which can take over from you. But it is very often really good fun, particularly when you are successful or feel that you're reasonably successful in enabling people to come out of themselves, to express themselves, and to do that freely. So my last word to you is go for it and enjoy.